Hello, guys. Welcome to today's live. So, if you want to know or learn how to invest in company shares, then this is the live that you should be watching. Okay, so I don't know if you guys watched the last live that I did, which was basically sharing about how entrepreneurs should diversify their portfolio. Now, I went ahead and did just that, okay? Because one thing that, my spiritual father, Tomi Arayomi, tells us is that the prophetic, when God releases a strategy, don't just take it as a theory in your head, something that you learn and keep in your head, but rather look at the practical steps that you can take to make that strategy come to pass in your life. Okay, so if God tells you, for example, you're gonna own real estate or go into real estate, start to study what real estate is all about, how you can invest in real estate. Start looking at that, start putting the money aside, and then eventually buy the property or rent the property to rent it out, or look at how you can sublet the property that you already have and stuff like that. So when God said to me I should tell the entrepreneurs to diversify, I came and I shared it, but I also looked at how can I diversify as an entrepreneur? How can I myself and diversify as an entrepreneur at this time with what I have? Okay? Because I already own businesses. Okay? So I said to myself, okay, I want to diversify. And then I have a group of entrepreneurs who we meet up with every week, 4 days a week. And during those 4 days a week, we discuss about finances and we discuss about what's going on in the different spaces within the within the economy, basically. Okay, so we have those discussions, and one of the days that we were having that discussion about finances, how we can increase our finances during this time, the host shared a platform that she uses to buy company shares within companies, and then you get paid dividends from those companies. So as she shared it, I quickly Google searched it, found the platform, quickly registered it, and after the meeting, I finished my registration because you don't need a lot. It doesn't take a lot. It's literally a few minutes and you're registered. So I registered. All I needed was my address, my phone number, um, my account details to be able to transfer money in and out of my accounts. And then I needed my NI number. And then I needed to answer a few questions about my financial situation already. Okay, so once I did that, I looked at some of the companies that I wanted to invest in. So I waited for money to come into my account, okay, because I was expecting a certain amount of money to come into my account. And then once that money came into my account, I waited again until certain investments had come out of my account. Things like my health insurance, no, my life insurance, sorry. I waited for that to come out, to be taken out, because I have that on direct debit. So I waited for that to come out. And then I also waited for my ISA investment account money to come out. And once those two were out, I knew that I could now spend a certain amount of money, transfer a certain amount of money to this new platform that I was going to use to diversify my finances. Okay, so I transferred initially I transferred £40, and then after the £40, I transferred £60, sorry, and then after the £60, I transferred another £20, which made it £80 altogether this month. Okay, now after transferring that amount of money, I looked at the platform. I went on the investment side, not the trading side, okay, because I don't trade. I'm not interested in trading. Yeah, so I don't trade like that. However, I do purchase assets. So basically, shares is paper assets. Okay, so you invest in different companies and you get paid dividends several times a year throughout the year. Okay, so I looked at companies that I normally use, but not just normally use, but companies that have been there for a long time and companies that do really well, whether the economy is down or up. Okay? Whether the economy is growing or not, these companies are consistent in their growth. Okay? So I looked at McDonald's. So I invested in McDonald's shares. Then I also invested in Coca-Cola because because I found out that that's one of the long-lasting companies that is consistent throughout the different phases of the economy, whether the economy is up or down. Coca-Cola is always, doing well. And even if they dip down a bit, they always go back up in terms of value. So it's a good one to invest in. So I invested in that. Then I invested in Amazon, okay? Because I I run a business and I use Amazon quite a lot to purchase, products for my business, and not just products for my business, but even for our home office, even for my children, like their school items and all of that. I purchase them through Amazon as well. So I thought, okay, it's about time that Amazon starts to pay me. It shouldn't just be one sided. So I invested in Amazon shares, okay? Then I looked at JP Morgan. JP Morgan has been there for a long time as well. And it's one of those companies that, whether the economy is going up or down, it is consistent. And even if they dip a little bit, they still continue to grow. They'll go back up, okay? So I took advantage of their state right now and I invested a little bit in their shares as well. Okay. Then I invested in Johnson Johnson. Johnson Johnson does all the Johnson's baby products, and those are some of the products that I purchased to resell in our online stores. So like their shampoos, their baby powder, their body wash, and all of those kind of products. I buy them and I resell them in our online store. So I thought that would be a good one to invest in because it also grows. Okay, and then another company that I looked at was Tesla. Okay, now I invested in Tesla. Tesla doesn't just do cars, by the way. Tesla now does nappies, and there's so many other products that we weren't even aware of. So don't just think of Tesla as a luxury car company. It's gone into so many other products. Okay, so I bought Tesla shares. Then I bought Apple shares. I don't own Apple products, but I bought Apple shares. And then I bought Microsoft shares because I use Microsoft, apps and all of that to do a lot of my work. So I invested in them. And then I invested in Starbucks, okay, because I drink coffee. I go to have my, you know, my snacks and all of that in Starbucks. So why not get paid by Starbucks? So I bought their shares as well. And then I also bought Alibaba shares. Now, Alibaba is a wholesale company. So I currently don't purchase anything from Alibaba in terms of business because I use another platform. However, I know people who do use Alibaba to stock up their online stores and their what's it called, their traditional in-person stores. Okay, so I bought I bought that because I went. The reason why I also bought Alibaba is because I looked at another investor who does shares. Okay, um, one of my business mentors, Toby Arayomi, he bought Alibaba shares, so I went and I bought that as well. And then what else? Who else? And then I looked at a post by another investor who I follow, whose platform I follow. Um, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? I can't remember. Heather Lindsay. Heather Lindsay, yes, she's in America. Um, Nvidia. So she was like, Nvidia is going down. Their stocks, their shares is going down, but then it's gonna go up. So I went straight away and I bought a percentage of Nvidia shares. Okay, because it's a company that is based in America. So I bought a couple of the shares as well. Um, Now, I had to juggle my finances a little bit. Once I bought the shares, I sold a certain percentage of my McDonald's shares to be able to buy other shares. And then I also had to sell a bit of my, what's it called? A bit of my Amazon shares to be able to buy other shares like my Tesla. And then I went into buying another form of shares, which I'll share in a second live, but it was RITs. Okay, so I'll talk about RITs in another live. Okay, today I'm just talking about company shares. So altogether, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So altogether, I have 11 company shares. Okay, 11 company shares. All right. And those companies, they'll be paying me dividends. So that is passive income. That is a way that you can diversify your portfolio as an entrepreneur so that you don't just own businesses, but you can invest in other people's businesses. And when their business is doing well, you get paid a percentage from those businesses. Okay, you get paid per share that you own within those businesses. So even if you, from the company, you make £500 or £1,000, depending on how many shares you have bought within those companies. Even if you have just two companies that you've bought shares from, is better than nothing. Okay, it's better than nothing. Okay, now obviously, as the year goes by and I get more active income, I'll continue to invest to increase the value of my shares, to increase the volume of my shares within the companies. Okay, so every month I've decided that at least minimum investment that I'll make within those companies to increase my shares within those companies is £5. That's the minimum that I'll go because with the platform that I use, the lowest is £1. Okay, and then you can increase it upwards. So I've decided that I'll put aside every month at least £80 to break to divide between 20 shares. Sorry, um, 20 shares. So 10 will be into company shares and 10 of it will be in REITs, which is basically real estate investment trust. Okay, so which I'll talk about in a different live. That's a different live altogether. Okay, that's another way of diversifying your portfolio as well. So for those of you who want to go into real estate, once you get on this platform, on the platform, you can also invest in different in REITs. Okay, but yeah, but today's live, I'm just sharing about company shares, companies like McDonald's. McDonald's is a real estate anyway, so it covers it, because it's not a fast food restaurant. McDonald's is not a fast food restaurant. Their fast food is just the face of their business, but the real foundation of McDonald's is real estate. So they own every place where they open McDonald's. They own that land. They own that land and they build what's it called, their business on that land. So they are a real estate company. And even if you buy a McDonald's franchise, you can also buy that building and that land on which that McDonald's sits on. You can buy it as a franchisee. Okay, so McDonald's is not a fast food restaurant. If you're a business person, if you're a business savvy person, you know that. But a lot of people think that McDonald's is a fast food restaurant because they see them flipping burgers and chips and milkshake and all of that. But the real business people, the real investors, they know that McDonald's is a real estate business model. Okay, so that is what it's all about today. If you have any questions about um, investing in company shares, feel free to put it in the comment section of this live. If you want the platform that I use, feel free to reach out or as well, and I'll share it with you. Okay, you can send me an Instagram message. My Instagram is linked to this YouTube channel, to our YouTube channel, so you can reach out to me and I'll send you the information for it. Obviously, it's for free. Um, I don't charge for that kind of information to give it out. So yeah, so you can reach out if you want to know what platform to buy your shares from. Okay, and if you want a book on learning how to invest in company shares, is there's a book that I started to look at to read, which is called the Little Book of Common Sense Investing. Okay, it's this book. This book. Okay, you can get it. You can get it from Amazon. You can get the second hand from eBay. Okay, but again, if you follow me on my Instagram page, we have the book, a copy of the book, and we'll be getting more copies of the book. We sell them in our vintage store, okay, but we'll also be putting it on our Depop store. So if you want the copy, you can go and place your order in our vintage store, and purchase it, and it'll be with you within the next 3 to 4 days. 3 to 4 days, yeah. You'd be able to get the copy of the book, okay? And that is basically it. So if you're looking to diversify, find out how to do it. Find out the areas of assets that you want to diversify into and diversify. And that way you'll be earning money from different places and not just from one place. And even if you're not a business owner but you want to start investing, you can actually invest. Okay, so you don't necessarily need to be a business owner in order to invest. You can start using your salary to invest in passive income. So if you're a salary owner, you can go into investing for dividends so that you can get paid dividends through these companies every month. Okay, so you don't necessarily need to be a business owner in order to invest in company shares. You can literally use your salary to invest in company shares and then just use that as your passive income. And yeah, even with the so that's how you can do it. So you don't necessarily need to be a business owner. Okay, so you can take a percentage of your salary at the end of the month or whenever you get paid, within the month or even within the week, depending on how your work pays you. When you get your pay, you go onto that platform and you purchase the amount of shares you want, and then it's just a waiting game. And you can sell your shares as well. So you can sell your shares at a higher price. Okay, you can wait for the price to go up and then sell a certain percentage. You don't sell everything. If you want to sell everything and go into another company shares, you can do that. Okay, but you need to look at the market. I look at the market on a daily basis to see what is happening, what is going down, what is going up, whether I'm making back my money or whether I'm losing money, what is going on, what I need to sell, what I need to buy. Okay, I look at all of that. So that is what you need to do. And then you continue learning. Don't just learn it one time. Don't just read the book one time. Don't just look at the market one time. Don't just listen to investment videos one time. Continue learning every day so that your mindset continues to change and shift. Okay, as an investor, you need to be continuously learning in order for your mindset to remain, to continue growing, but also to remain in that investment mode. Because when you don't feed your mind, you'll go back to your default setting. Okay, when you don't when you don't invest in your mind to shift to the place that you want to be as an investor, you go back to your default setting, which is basically an employee. And there's nothing wrong with being an employee if that's what you want to do. But with the way the economy is set and the way the economy is going, you cannot just depend on your salary. And that is why God would say we should diversify. We should put our income in different places so we have different streams of income coming in. Because if you all you're doing is relying on, whether it's your salary or you're relying on social benefit, you are not going to be able to afford the lifestyle that you need to live as the days go by, because inflation is going to become hyperinflation, and that is why you need to be making more income. You can't just rely on the little income that you are getting from, whether it's your salary or your what's it called, or social benefit, basically universal credit and all these other benefit. Okay, depending on where in the world you are, you can't just rely on that. If you're on benefit, if you're on universal credit, if you're in the UK like myself, if you're on universal credit, that doesn't stop you from investing. Okay, because that platform will ask you all those relevant questions, including your NI, and you only get capped off your social benefit once you're earning up to 16,000 or even above. That's when you get capped. Okay, so it shouldn't you being on social benefits shouldn't stop you from investing. In fact, I'll tell you that this what's it called? This is the best time to be investing. Okay, this is the best time. So when you get your universal credit every month, take take your £70 out of your 1,600 or whatever. Once you've paid off all your little bits and pieces of your rent and your bills and all of that, take a percentage and invest into passive income. Invest, get us, take a certain percentage and invest. Don't just waste all your money on things that doesn't add value to you, on things that doesn't increase your income, you know. Take a certain percentage, even if it's £20, even if it's £10, and you say, you know what, out of my universal credit, I'm just going to take £10. Take that £10 every month and put in £2, £2, £2, £2 on different companies until that £10 is finished. And then continue growing. The next month you do the same thing. The following month you do the same thing, and you're growing and you're growing and your finance is growing. Okay? It's doable. Is doable. So you being on social benefit shouldn't hinder you, shouldn't stop you from investing. Don't be scared. Don't listen to the naysayers that tell you that, oh, if you're on social benefit, you can't invest because they'll cut off your benefit. No, it's not true. Yes, darling. I'm finishing. Okay, so that is it, guys. So yeah, watch this live back if you haven't if you didn't start from the beginning. Watch it back and find out if you have the questions. Do feel free to ask your questions. Do send me a DM. And that is it, guys. I shall see you all in the next live, which I'll be talking about RITs. Bye.